Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the blacksmith shop. Happy Sunday. Oh, it's good to be here. Grateful to have you here with me. Let's do the usual good old thing and have ourselves a little bit of a conversation about the channel, about what you guys are working on, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to take this conversation. You hold the reins. I'm just here for the ride. You know what I mean? A little bit of spillage, but that's okay. As long as it's not on the anvil, we're good. All right. Well, I hope we're all having a terrific Sunday. And you know what? If it isn't Sunday, this thing's getting recorded. I hope that you enjoy it all the same. Hello, everybody. Oh, and if you're watching this later on, the live chat is somewhere in the app, so go check that out. Then we get to see what these beautiful people are saying. Good morning, good afternoon. I love that we have people from all different time zones all around the world. How fun is that? And Mr. Copper's coming to say hi. Look at this. Come here, bud. He did a beeline like, oh, you're doing that thing again? Copper, come here. He wants to be out in the sun. Come here, dude. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all having a terrific Sunday. Come here, Copper. He's just out of arm's reach, of course. He's like, don't grab me. Oh, here he is, the shop dog himself, Mr. Copper. What you think, dude? Yep, that is a genuine copper dog. Here, come on, scoot over here a little bit. I don't want to see you. Oh, here, I'll shift it. How about that? There he is. Copper dog. What do you think, huh? What do you want to do today? Do we want to clean? Do we want to forge? Do we want to draw? What do you want to do? He's like, I want down. That's what I want to do. Shoot. He's like, I got stuff to do. There he goes. Okay. Mr. Dog. Love that little guy so stinking much. Okay. Happy Sunday, everybody. What do you want to talk about? It's always just such a fun, what is it? Got my butt kicked at the meat processing plant last night. What? I have so many questions. I also got a whole lot of dirty jokes, but I'm not going to say them here because I don't want to get everybody in trouble. You know what I mean? Yes. Hello, Matt. Hello, Ray, William. Welcome. I want a white wolf for your dog shop. Ooh, that'd be cool. That would be pretty darn cool to have a white wolf. Can we talk about cars or trucks, Panda? Certainly. You know what? I got about 300,000 miles out of my old Silverado, and she's still purring like a kitten. I've replaced half the damn thing, but she's still running good, still towing just fine, but just about at the level now to where my work is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Always bigger, always up and up. But I'm slowly being able to tow less and less of each piece of work. So I'm at that point now where it's like, dude, upgrade to a 3/4 ton. Is it time for a full ton? I don't think I need like a dually yet. Nothing like that. But I don't know. I've been keeping my eyes on that Edison motors with the diesel electric. It just makes so much sense in my mind. How powerful, how reliable they would be. Just a diesel generator powering motors, because that was the original thing. Back we're talking at the dawning of the modern day vehicle. They were like, okay, do we have a generator powering motors, or do we do your drivetrain, differentials and all that good stuff? It's a little overly complex coming from me. Being like, oh, I want to over-engineer the crap out of it. I want to see turning gears. I want to see drive shafts, switching between, functionalities and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't know. I think diesel electric would be a pretty cool thing to see in the workforce, because it's already in major, in major industry. Trains, tanks, oh my God, big loaders, stuff that's too big for gear trains. Those giants, city block sized dump trucks. Diesel electric, baby. I think they'd be rad. A Mighty Max, I'll be darned. Oh, funny. Same here, I dream about the Hearst Project car. Ooh. Yeah, it makes too much sense to me. And then you come off the line with 1,000 horsepower, tons of torque. Plus, it could be hybrid if you added a battery. Pretty cool, Is it possible to forge Thor's hammer? First of all, Panda, first of all, if you ever ask me the question, is it possible to forge? I'm going to stop you there. The answer is yes. It's always yes. You know, and I feel like we need to adopt more of that. The audacity. You know what I mean? Is it possible? Yes. I'm going to interrupt you. Yes. You know, because like, even if you give it your best shot and it falls through, at least you gave it a shot. You know, you probably learned some stuff, maybe some new techniques, or that doesn't work. You know, whenever I've attempted something and it results in a ball of fire, you know, like both, you know, physically and, you know, metaphorically, I always learn stuff, you know, so get out there, be audacious, you know, attempt stuff. It's the size of a Ford Ranger. Oh, that's cool. It's a nice petite trucks. We need more petite trucks, you know, getting around because they're getting a little roomy. You know what I mean? I don't need to, you know, I'm in the back seat of a truck. I don't need to be in an apartment building. What tea or coffee? I am currently drinking some Ancient Forest black tea, and it's really making my internal workings, like my gears, sing. You know what I mean? It's working for me right now. It's pretty good. Yeah, I got this whole cast iron pot ready to rock. I'm like, zing, good to go. Ooh, a 90s Mustang, right on. Like buying a small house. Ray, it's no joke, man. They're expensive. I don't know how we're doing it. I do, every now and then I'll think about my old 78 Ford. My 78 Ford F-150 Custom Silver. They would call it the Silver Bullet. God, I have some good times in that thing. Had that grainy low four-wheel drive where I can just idle up anything. I miss that truck. I sold it for pennies to my good buddy. I still miss her, you know? But it's like, I know that they're building those diesel electric kits out there. That would be a good kit, you know? Find an old classic truck and kit it out. I think that'd be pretty rad. Coffee? Dwayne, no, I'm drinking some not Black Forest, my goodness, now I'm waiting for dessert. Ancient Forest tea. It's a Chinese tea, actually. It's delicious. Actually, really, really good. Full of antioxidants, you know, because, hey, I can't be forging amazing stuff with oxidants. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever made a teapot in the forge? No, but I feel like I should. I should. And I feel like I could gut like one of those electric kettles. I can gut an electric kettle to where I can just set the thing down. It'll boil and heat up. I don't have to like put water in that damn thing. And then I'm like over here like putting stuff into this. I got to put water into that so I can then put water into this. It'd all be one damn thing. What if I can drink right out of the thing? Now you see, now you messed up, and that got me thinking. You got me thinking because I could gut an electric kettle to where it'll steep and boil in the same pot, and it'd all be hand forged and bitchin', of course. I mean, duh. But I also I like using heavy stuff in my life because it makes you stronger, right? I need to be strong to do this craft. You don't have to be, but for like my scale of work, it's important. And you know, when you got yourself like a little cute little teacup, I'm not exercising. I'm not using my body. So how great would it be? Because they make those really heavy coffee mugs out there, right? They're like 40 pounds or some darn thing. I could have it to where I have a little cup at the spout. So I don't even have to, it's all wind conclusion. And I can like press something and then it like just through like equilibrium or just pressure. I can like pressurize the pot. So the water level rises up into here. And then I can like have like a big mug-like thing out here and then sip from that guy and it wouldn't leak through here. Maybe that's just too complex. Maybe that's just a little bit too crazy. I got some on the anvil. Maybe that's too ridiculous. But I feel like all of my ideas start with too ridiculous and then I can reverse engineer from there. But now you got my gears turning. When you start filling the horse rails, ooh, that's a great question. So I'm still building all of these zodiac sculptures, right? And I've been doing a lot of design. A lot of design has been going on, which is exciting. That means that the next several years of our work together, of our journeys in the shop here, are gonna be fruitful. They're gonna be full of really exciting stuff. And like, I have yet another opportunity to build possibly another Hobbit door. It'd actually be 2 doors, 2 huge stinking doors. So, and it's in an underground tunnel. So I'm already feeling my Ereborian blood boiling. Like, I'm getting excited. But don't get us too riled up. Okay. But yeah, so those will be after the ginkgo gate. I'm really excited to start up the ginkgo gate. The steel order has been made. I picked up the steel, got that stowed away out of the weather. Because now we're in fall. It's cold and we're getting rains now. I'm so excited. It feels good to get kind of bundled up, I'm a cold weather man. I don't know if it's because of the excess hair, but man, I do like the cold. I don't do well in the heat. Did you watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight? I did, Panda. I did, and it made me kind of sad. It's a hero. Growing up, Mike Tyson was the guy. He was him. You think about a sport. Some sports just have a person attached to them. For me, it was Jerome Bettis with football growing up, watching Pittsburgh Steelers play. Mike Tyson, that was boxing. That was the only boxer that existed, and that was hard, man. That was tough. I love cold because, yeah, pushing 300 pounds, 100%. At least you can bundle up. You got your insulation. That's perfect. Good on you. It was a publicity stunt. Very well could. I mean, I'm just glad that Mike probably made some money out of it. That's good. Good for him. He's got a family support. He is still him. Hey, Harry, he's always going to be the guy. And I feel like there's something to be said about legend. You don't always have to meet up to your legend, but the amount of inspiration he's given us we'll always have and we'll always treasure. Think about people of legend, like that we can just think off the top of our head. I know you got them, perhaps in your family, perhaps in your local community, perhaps just in your state or whatever, right? There's legends out there, and like, it's pretty special to think that you could do that too. I mean, it's a dream, right? Like that's a hard thing to do, to become a Tyson. But I don't know. I feel like if you commit yourself fully, to quote the great Ron Swanson, it takes whole ass in something. You don't half-ass nothing. And whole ass something, you never know. You might become a legend that is synonymous with a thing. Do I like old Mustangs? I'm kind of a truck guy. I grew up in trucks. I worked on trucks my whole life. I've never really been a car guy. But I think they're cool. Sure, heck yeah. I think anything done well, I admire. From cake decorating to floral arrangements to somebody that made a bed really well. I'll appreciate the hell out of it if it's been done well. Especially when we don't know how to do it ourselves. Like, it's funny, we just wrapped things up with the tea time through the Patreon. How wonderful was that, by the way? But we were just talking about Catherine going to a really nice restaurant, like first time going to a really, really nice restaurant, and how spectacular everything was, because like, that's a very special experience that not many people get to have. And I feel like everyone should, at least once in their lives, go to like a really nice restaurant. Budget for it, obviously, but go to a really nice restaurant, because suddenly you're treated like royalty. You're treated so well, and like all the details are so fine. And when something is just elevated to such a level, you can't help but just be in admiration of that. It's so wonderful. No one likes anime. Well, you might be alone there. Everyone loves a good anime. Ooh, been researching the best way to turn my Ranger into a mini hooligan F-150. Oh, that's bitchin'. I love that. That's awesome. Do you like anime? Which was your favorite? I like cozy. The world is full of plenty of trouble and turbulation, like I like a cozy anime like Studio Ghibli. I love food. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a big old foodie. And like Delicious Dungeon, the way you can make food just so delectable. God, I'm gonna make some fried rice when I get back inside. I'm so hungry now. I'm thinking about it. Oh, you know, like when we're talking about admiration of just like even just very simple things, like the Japanese do an amazing way of this, of making something what seems to anybody else very trivial, like cooking an egg, into art, into such attention to detail. You know, it's great. Are you a hippie? Tigerman, you can call me a hippie, sure. You can call me a whole lot of things, because I don't know, I spent a lot of my life doing many different things. It's good. It's good for you. It's like stretching your muscles. It's kind of stretching your soul out a little bit because it grows your empathy. Trying many different hats. See which one fits you. Studio Ghibli is so underrated. I feel like I think it gets a lot of hype. I think it does really well. And I don't think it could be overrated. Never. It's good stuff. Scout, it really is. Putting a 6.3 under the hood? Holy crap. I don't know how you'd fit that. That's awesome. I'll have to download a few gifts for you, Max. Oh, Paul, bring it. Bring it. Have a good one. Hey, you too, buddy. Mini Hooligan F-150 sounds sick. Right? I could see it. Sure make getting things out of the bed easier. It's not at mid-chest. I was thinking about building my dream rig, right? Diesel electric would be great because I could have that diesel generator powering welders. How cool would that be, right? Powering welders, having battery for duty cycle. It's built, diesel electric would be built for welders. And having airbag suspension so I can drop the flatbed down, to the rails, drop it to where it's just a bench. And then when it's time for having some fun, you pump that sucker up, you know what I mean? How do you have a perfect mustache and beard? Well, first of all, I do not have a perfect mustache and beard, but thank you so much. My goodness. I don't know. I wish I could say I had a secret, but there's nothing about me that's on purpose. I think I've tripped and fallen into everything I've ever done. So here we are. What state do I live in? I am in California, and I love it here. It's a good place to be, But I've not had the luxury of traveling very much, so I don't know. I'm sure I'd find pretty much anywhere I go to be great, in some regard. Ray, awesome. Yeah, California's fun. I like it. Every biome you could imagine is here, and I like that. I like to be able to travel, but a couple hours, and I could be either on the beach or in the snow. It's pretty cool. Do you live away from the city? I assume you have a big terrain. Yeah, Panda. I'm out here in the countryside. Oh, it's marvelous. Here, let me spin you around. Oh, I don't know if you can see, but Mr. Copper Dog's just soaking in the rays. But yeah, I got a little bit of property here. Just bought a little bit more to build the dream shop upon. That dream is still very much alive, and I cannot wait to make progress on that. Sorry, it's been kind of slow, but these things take a lot of time. It's a big project, and it's worth doing right. I don't want to make any mistakes in the cost of the whole thing to go down the toilet, you know what I mean? You go to Disney every year, being so close. I actually haven't been to Disneyland in a decade. I do like Disneyland. I don't like the crowds very much. I get overstimulated. I don't know. Maybe it's just the country bumpkin in me. That it's funny, I never realized this. Yet again, we were talking. So I don't know if you know this, but I have a Patreon. And we have tea every Sunday morning. We just got done. We had an amazing conversation. And, I won't call them out just in case they want to keep this kind of under the radar a little bit. But we were talking about therapy. And I was very anti-therapy myself for a lot of years until I did it. And man, how helpful is that? And because what it does is it gives you tools, right? Like look behind me. I just got walls and walls and walls of tools in my workshop. Well, think of your mind, your soul, your everything like that, your internal mechanisms as your workshop. And going to therapy gives you a lot of tools. And I never realized I had anxiety. I never realized I, had this thing with like crowds and getting overwhelmed and being sensitive to everyone's kind of collective energy. Like I'll go into Target or something and I'll have myself a full-blown meltdown and I don't know why. But I got a lot of tools now and I didn't realize why things would make me feel certain ways. So if you get the chance, I highly suggest it. And I know that that's not a very masculine subject matter, but it really, like you can't be, the person you could be without it. It's like working out, but it's for your soul a little bit. It's good stuff. Ooh, building small metal artwork is my therapy. Jason, 100%, buddy. Absolutely. No, there's definitely therapy in creation. There really is. It got me through it. Like when I got married, one of the most touching things my brother, and I love my brother. I love my brother so deeply. And we've had a troubled path. We had a really troubled raising. And I'm not here to bring you down. I'm here to pick you up. Just give me a second here. And one of the most touching things he said on my bachelor party, we were barbecuing, we were passing the bottle around a little bit, and he told all of us that we were there, like, I shouldn't have made it. Like they didn't think I could have been there. I know that sounds really depressing, but that was one of the most touching things anybody's ever said to me, because he knew like my troubles and like what happened and what we went through together and what I went through on my own. So for him to tell me that was so deeply touching, and I actually contribute so much of that to going through therapy, learning more about myself, how to deal with some stuff that's out of my control. You know what I mean? Woo! It's good stuff. Highly suggest it. Mr. Anderson, what kind of tea am I drinking? I am currently drinking some ancient forest black tea. It is delightful, divine even. I'm trying to get out of Oklahoma and more to Wyoming. Oh, or Montana. I have a couple buddies in Montana. They love it up there. As much as I love Colorado, I just can't afford it. Hey, Paul, I could only imagine, But I wish you all the luck in the world to make your journey. Thank you for sharing. Seeing it, of course. It's all about sharing, And I feel like if I can make sharing easier, maybe you might do the same. Who knows, right? Like Thanksgiving's coming up, and we're going to be around family. Right? So building that empathy into others, you never know. You could maybe salvage some relationships out there. You never know. Hi, Max. I just got home from the hospital with my nephew, with your newborn son. Oh my God, congratulations. He is just 2 days old, currently asleep on top of me. Proudest father ever. Can't wait to show him some blacksmithing someday. $1 million. Congratulations. Cheers, my friend. What an incredible thing. My wife is down with her sister. Last night, she gave birth to her first son. How exciting is that? Congratulations. I wish you all of the strength, the sleep in the world. Have you ever been to Texas? I have not been to Texas yet. I've driven through all the states over to Colorado. I've been on the East Coast very briefly. I want to explore way more on the East. But I've never been to Texas. I want to visit them all, and I want to spend time with them all because I love people. I really do. Sometimes people can be just terribly obnoxious and insufferable. Let's be honest. I'm not here to put down my rose-colored glasses. Don't you worry. But people are really awesome. They all got something to offer. And it's not that that's what their job is to offer you something. That's not what I'm saying. But people have value. People really do. They always got a story to tell. They got something to share, and you could always learn something from somebody. So being able to spend time in a local community, a local culture, is a dream of mine, to be able to travel and just be able to meet people and talk to them. Everyone's got something to share. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love moments like this. I get to hear from you. That's why I love the art, when we did the Artist Way, but mainly the creative workshop. Be able to have great conversations with other creatives, other artists, to normalize people having conversations. Somehow we've gotten away from talking to one another. It's weird. It's weird, We're communal creatures. That's how we made it without claws and fur. We talk to one another. We tell stories. We teach each other how to do stuff. This is how you weave a net. This is how we've weaved the same net for the last 5,000 years. It's cool. We talk to one another, and I want to normalize that. If I can have any influence in that. I've driven through probably around 30 states. Paul, that's crazy. That's pretty awesome. I bet you've seen some beautiful country. It's hard to grasp just how big this country really is. It's big, it's beautiful, it's wild. Ooh, and a few provinces going to Alaska. That's pretty cool. I really want to visit Canada. Canada looks pretty neat. I got a bunch of friends up there. Hey, Rage! Oh, thanks for joining us, partner. Awesome. Hey, so Rage, did we solve the copper leaf Christmas ornament debacle? Because Rage over here, being far too generous, ordered 2. And I don't know. I think the system just crashed. The matrix split in half. Do you like plants? Because more personally, I love plants. I love plants and flowers. One of my favorite things to build, to forge, to create is mimicry of life. Because gosh, nature is so inspiring. Let me show you what. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you why here in a second. So nature is so deeply inspiring because of consistency. Not so much, not always, is it super cool and obviously symmetrical and all this good stuff. But just there's just oh my God, there's so much consistency. But like for instance, come on, we're talking Fibonacci sequences. We're talking about how things like to grow in this hyper efficient framework, right? Like leaves don't just stack on each other usually, because this one will be in this one's shade. So they like, oh, okay. And then that continues to repeat, and there's patterns, big nut for patterns, numbers, reoccurring themes. It's one of my favorite darn things. So nature to me is beauty, math, and patterns personified. It's probably why I dislike orchids. Sorry for the orchid people out there, but orchids are just weird, man. They're like us. They're like symmetrical just on 2 sides. It's the weirdest damn thing. Freaks me out. It makes no sense to me. It was so funny. The last time I spoke ill of orchids, out of the blue, one of my best buddies showed up at my door that day. Didn't watch this with an orchid. It was the weirdest thing. So I'm curious if all of a sudden, now that I've offended the orchid gods, if suddenly one will wind up on my doorstep again, because that was wild. I also ordered 2 copper leaves. Scout! Okay, goodness me. So apparently people are ordering two of these leaves at a time. So right now, the patrons and the YouTube members, they have first dibs on them. I wanted to make sure that our community got first dibs, so they got a couple days on it. I don't know if there's gonna be any left for when everyone else gets to play. You know? Do you like Fast and the Furious? Oh man, back in the day, I used to love Fast and the Furious movies. That was a blast. Now it's getting a little long-winded, but more power to them. If you can create something that long, it's got to be something good, right? I answered you. Oh, Rach, let me get back to you. I'm so sorry. Luckily, you stand out like a sore thumb, like you got the cool anvil emoji on you. Okay, I'm excited to get your leaves. Yes, I believe we solved it. Wonderful. As I would love 4 of them. Needed to. Rage, thank you so much. And I'm super excited for that to like adorn your home. Your home. Like I said, from my hands to you. I'm so deeply touched that you guys would even want such a thing. For the longest time, for like 20 years, I just built stuff. But now I get to you guys can be here in the shop with me. You get to be here in the shop with me, and then you inspired me to make more, and then I could put them up on the shop, and then we can share in these little victories. It's wild to me, but I truly am deeply grateful for just everything. It's a bizarre feeling. I can't wait. I can't wait for my leaf to arrive. Okay. We'll see if there's any left in stock by the time the patrons and YouTube members are done. Oh man, I don't know if I can make any more. Oh, I'll do what I must. No, then we'll do a different limited release. We'll do something else. Do you like Ford Broncos? Oh yeah, of course. Yours is worthy of high price. Hey, Catherine, that's really, actually, you know what? You bring up a good point. You really bring up a good point. So, Catherine, we were talking about the wonderful restaurant experience that you had. And that literally everybody, I don't care what your background is, what you like, just go to a nice fancy restaurant that you think you like the food of. And go budget for it, even if it takes a year to do so. Go out to a nice, a really fancy steakhouse, or go to a really fancy French or Italian restaurant, something like that, right? I think we need way more high-end Mexican food, with 5-star mole and stuff like that, right? I don't know how we have too many French and Italian restaurants. We need more high-end multicultural restaurants out there. Anyways, before I come down from that, but Catherine was saying, I would usually never pay this much for that. That's crazy. Until she tasted it, had the experience of the staff, all of this, and then she came back and said, I would pay double. And I feel like when we appreciate other people's art forms to that degree and caliber, I feel like we can start to learn about our own worth. You know what I mean? We can start getting comfortable about charging what it actually costs us to make these things, or to dream these things, or to write these things. You know what I mean? You almost have to surround yourself with other art forms and, pay for it to realize, oh yeah, this costs things. I also am at that level, and I need to charge for that. That's a hard. I still have terrible trouble. I'm going to be 30 years into this journey, and I still will have such a hard time putting a price tag on anything. It's a tough thing to do. Is that a microphone in my vest pocket? I'm that fancy? Could you imagine? Hell no, this is a Sharpie, baby. I wish I was that fancy, but I'm not put together. I'm flying by the seat of my pants at any given time. Speaking of the Mike Tyson fight, I'm surprised I have back seat of my pants even left. If you know, you know. That moment floored me. I about went backwards off the couch laughing. That was the best. Wait, I can buy your things? Panda? Yes, you can. Only sometimes. I'll make a bunch of something. I'll put it on the... get into the Discord, And I'll announce when it's open to the public, unless you want to become a patron or a YouTube member. I might ask for something from you for your birthday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I sometimes do like smaller commissions every now and then. My birthday is November 30th. Oh, I don't know if I can get to it that soon, but maybe. You never know. I just got one of those Sharpies from work. Yeah, dude, they reek. I mean, to each their own. I think they kind of smell kind of good. All the cool creativity comes out when you. No, I'm teasing. Don't sniff stuff. All right. But yeah, they do stink pretty bad. Isn't it? Okay. Fun game. What's a terrible fume that kind of smells kind of good? I'm going to go first. Gasoline. Put it in the chat. Come on, chat. What is your guilty good smell? You know what I'm talking about. For me, it's gasoline. Oh man, whenever I fire up the chainsaw or anything like that, whew, it kind of brings you back. Paul. I love the smell of Sharpie and WD-40, great answer. Oh yeah, a little WD. Horse manure. For me, it's horse snouts. Their little noses smell really good. Two-stroke castor oil, yeah. God, this is fun. This is fun, you guys. Man. Ooh, also model glue. Back in the day, I'd be like, oh, puppy breath. That's certainly, yeah. Burning sulfur when lighting matches. Oh, yes. Matches, that is a good smell. Oh, and spray paint. You guys are all a bunch of huffers. But model glue, like back in the day, when you remember like the little metal tubes. Oh man, I'd be like hot boxed in my bedroom as a kid, just making models. Probably, I mean, maybe that's where a lot of my creativity comes from. Who knows? But man, ooh, the smell of chlorine, interesting. Huh? Must have like a good memory attached to it. It's amazing how like a scented candle or a cleaning supply will all of a sudden take you back to a memory. Isn't that incredible? I love the smell of pine burning. Oh yeah, yes. That is a very specific smell. For me, it's red oak. Out here in California, that's what we barbecue with, the Santa Maria style barbecue. And man, that red oak, it's mainly the bark. Man, I spent pretty much every day of my entire life around red oak burning. It takes you back. Oh, your uncle's cigars, yes. Especially pipes, like cherry tobacco. I can almost conjure the smell of visiting my kind of like grandfather-in-law. He used to smoke a pipe. And man, just being around that was magical. I used to smoke a pipe quite a bit. I actually have one of his here in the shop with me at all times, just in case you get the wild hair. Not so much anymore. But being around it is almost better than doing it your actual self. I love cherry tobacco, right? Meth pipe? No, never hit the hard stuff. Oh man. But yeah, smells, they really come with a lot of memories. Also, now that we're kind of getting close to the holidays, Christmas tree, having a nice, even just a garland. You know, like we were talking about this in tea time this morning about like the expenses of the holidays. Neat little trick that I've learned. Go to Christmas tree lots, and a lot of times they have trimmings. You know, they have to like shape these trees a lot of times when they come off the trucks. But they'll usually have a dumpster out in the back full of all these trimmings. You know? Sometimes they charge for it, but sometimes they don't. You know, and you could go digging around and just, you know, put garland around your apartment or your house, wherever you got. Jungle, quit that. You don't need to be doing that. That's too kind. Stop that. That's too kind of you. Thank you, Jungle. That's very kind of you. But yeah, If you want like the holiday smell without the expense of a like actual Christmas tree, get yourself some garland. And like this is something I like really. It's not in there. Is like just being courteous to people. This is something that I try to really inspire my apprentices. I have an apprenticeship program, and we're talking about buying steel, going to scrap yards, and getting salvage. Getting good stuff to forge on. Just being a kind person goes a really long ways, even if it's totally self-serving. Just be nice. It costs you nothing. And you know what? You might like how it feels and how it inspires others to do the same. Hi, Kiki. But like when it comes to getting the garland, they might charge most people $10 for it. But like if you go up there, shake a hand, just be like, hey, I'm looking for some garland, for my family to inspire them, for the holidays. They're like, the dumpster's in the back, help yourself. Just being a nice person goes a long ways. And not that it's self-serving. It's actually pretty great. Just makes you feel better. Ooh, Christmas music. I do like Christmas music. I don't like to hear it in October, damn it. But I love to hear it in November. Ooh, William. One of my first knives I made years ago. Jungle, stop it. You quit that. What is this? Can I heart it? What's that? I've never done this. Ooh, I hearted it. I have the power. I have that power to heart something. Well, thank you, Jungle. That's far too kind. Quit it though. Stop it. So you drinking tea? That I am. I'm a bit of a junkie. I just wrapped up a whole nother pot of this on tea time with the patrons. But I gotta have a little spot of tea for you guys. Gets me moving and shaking. But it's ancient forest. I keep wanting to say black forest tea because I'm hungry and I want cake. There's never a bad time for cake. Do you like fishing, Panda? I used to do a lot of fishing growing up. Not so much anymore. My brain is so fixated and my energy is so devoted to this. I don't really have much free time anymore, and that's good. I'm a very high energy person, and I feel like I can get up to a lot of mischief if I don't have things to occupy me. You know what I mean? Ooh, lavender tea is good. I do like a good lavender tea. But I used to do a lot of eel fishing. Monkey-faced eel. Uglier now. Jungle, what are you doing? Stop it. I like the smell of fishmongers. That's definitely an acquired taste. You're like hiking. I love being out in the door. Out in the doors. I love being in the outdoors for sure. Used to do a lot of hunting. Hiking and hunting are very synonymous. Jungle, you can't stop, won't stop. Okay, I'm gonna heart it. I got the power. But thank you. Gosh. Okay, maybe I got something. Maybe I got something I got something I can give you if you got a second. I can go pick you some pretty. I'm gonna go do it. I got my little vase. I gotta respond to the kindness somehow. I'm gonna go grab you something. All right. That took me way longer than I intended it to. I apologize. But look, what a symbol with the little berries on it. What a delightful symbol for our season. Look at it. Now I'm in like the Wild Kingdom. I need like a machete to get to my tea. Isn't it lovely? Well, Jungle, this is for you, but like you do not need to go and do that. But I'm grateful, and this is the only way I know how to show my appreciation because I That's like kind of my love language is I do gifts. Okay. It's a little unstable. Maybe I can put it in. Pritchel hole is back at it again. Got in the Pritchel hole of my anvil. Perfect. Look at that. There it is. Perfect. Tell me your favorite movie. That's a hard one because I love movies. I'm a big movie guy. For me, okay, there's criteria here, and let me tell you the rules. So there's a lot of movies that we all love, right? But it's not like an anytime, anywhere sort of situation. You know what I mean? For it to be a favorite movie, I feel like it needs to be an anytime, anywhere situation. Because like, I want to say, of course, like Fellowship of the Ring, extended edition, right? But I need to be like, there can't be people chit-chatting. I gotta have like good sound. You know, like there's criteria, right? I can't, I don't want to start in the middle of the damn thing because I gotta get in the mood. So it's when it comes to a favorite movie, there's criteria, and the criteria is anywhere, anytime, no ifs, ands, or buts. And I feel like it's between two major contenders, at least right now, well, maybe three, because Predator's in there somewhere. But I think it's between Stardust, Stardust, like so good, and Big Trouble, Little China. That is one of my favorite freaking movies ever. It's perfect. It's just perfect. Is that a speaker behind me on the roof? Yeah. I got two of them up there. This place really hums. I don't use them very much though. Not anymore. How about the animated version of Lord of the Rings? John Hurt does the voice of Aragorn. I can't believe I'm going to admit this. I feel like my nerd card is going to get revoked, but I've never seen the animated Lord of the Rings. I've seen the Hobbit one, of course, but I've never watched the animated Lord of the Rings. Is that crazy? Oh, I've never seen the John Wick movies. Bad form, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm going to go to nerd jail. It's a blast, right? John Carpenter is truly masterful. And like in subtle ways in that one. Ever considered cutting and donating your hair? Nah, not really. I definitely in the past. Shutter Island, yeah, Shutter Island's amazing. But that's not an anywhere, anytime type of movie. Shutter Island's a perfect example of this. You got to be in the right headspace for that one. Okay, so I'm hearing from the chat, don't cut it. Okay. I won't. 22 years ago. Wow, Paul, that is crazy. Kiki, well, thank you. I'm not planning on cutting it unless it gets caught up in a grinder or something like that. It's happened before, running like a die grinder. Princess Bride is way up there too. Crap. You're right. Princess Bride, I think, is I'm totally reconsidering my list. Yeah, so it's Stardust, Princess Bride, Big Trouble, Little China. I feel like that says something about me. You know what it is? Character dynamics. Think about it. Characters are my favorite thing when it comes to any type of story, any type of adventure. I want vivid, unique, very different characters. The Notebook, we don't talk about The Notebook here. My sensitive heart can't take that. Anybody want a peanut? William. Oh, it's so good. Like that might just be one of the most quotable movies ever, besides like Super Troopers and Anchorman. Oh God, you guys are getting me nostalgia to watch a movie. Copper, do you want to say something? Copper comes whipping around the corner like, "Are you done yet?" Here, Copper, come here. Come say hi. Come here, dude. What a good boy. Oh, he's been rolling around in the sticks. There he is. Oh, yeah, get your feet underneath you. There's our boy. That is genuine 100% Mr. Copper Dog. Look at him. The never-ending story. I need to revisit the never-ending story. That was one from my childhood that I watched the breaks off of. Scared the crap out of me, broke my heart all at the same time, but that's something I need to revisit. You know what I mean? Mirror Mask. Caroline, creepy movie? Yeah, it is creepy. So probably like The Labyrinth. Oh, The Labyrinth was good. I loved watching The Labyrinth. It was one of my favorite movies for a long time when I was a kid. But the dudes that pull their arms off and stuff, you know who I'm talking about. The pink, feathery little dudes that are whipping around, scaring them. Like nightmares about those guys. Hated them. Hated them. But the bog of eternal stench made it all worth it. Oh my God, that was the funniest thing ever for me as a kid, especially when, what was his name? Rodacious? The mount, the dog. Ambrosius. And he scoots across all the stones. That was one of the big yawns from Copper Dog. He has a hard life, it's tough work holding down the ship around here. Oh man. Everyone laughs at the farting rocks. And Jason, you never outgrow that. You never outgrow a farting rock. So good. Just wonderful. Well, it sounds like, to me, we all got our homework to do. We got to go watch some classic movies and, do ourselves a little hangout. Maybe make some popcorn. Pop some popcorn. Can't lie scarily, but the weirdo like watching commentary. Kiki. Oh, my favorite sword. Ooh, that's tough. Not much of a sword guy, kind of a hammer man. Big surprise, right? I'll have to think about that one. But you guys got some movies to watch. Pop some popcorn. It's Sunday, baby. Kick your feet up and relax. Rest up before the week. As much as you can, obviously, unless you're like working today. If you are, I'm sorry. So maybe this goes for when your Sunday approaches, do this. But rest. Rest is hard work. I say it all the time, and I'm going to not stop saying it. Rest is hard work. You got to rest. It's important stuff. In this day and age, we glorify just the grind, right? You just got to keep going. No, you got to rest because then you're not going to do your best work. It's important. Monday's tomorrow. Charge up for that one. Watch some good movies. But I'm going to leave you to your day. I'm going to crush the rest of this tea. But I hope you all have the best rest of your Sunday. And if you're watching the recording of this, have a great whatever day it is. Never forget I love you. Don't forget to love each other, damn it. Do something kind for someone today, okay? All right. Get out there and do some good. Bye, everybody.